Have you ever wondered what true friendship really looks like? Is it about having fun together? Or is there something deeper? Something that stands the test of time and danger today? We're diving into a classic story that explores this very question. A tale of two friends whose bond was so strong it became a legend. This is the story of Damon and Pythias. Our story begins in the ancient Greek city of Syracuse, ruled by a powerful and suspicious tyrant named Dionysius. He was a ruler who trusted no one, and his fear made him cruel. Living in this city were two young men, Damon and Pythias. They weren't just friends, they were like brothers. They shared everything: their thoughts, their dreams, and an unshakable belief in each other. Their loyalty was famous throughout the city. One day, Pythias was accused of plotting against the tyrant Dionysius. Whether it was true or just a product of the king's paranoia, we don't know. But in Dionysius's court, an accusation was as good as a guilty verdict. Pythias was arrested and swiftly sentenced to death. Standing before the king, Pythias didn't beg for his life. He accepted his fate with dignity, but he had one final request. He asked for a few days of leave to travel back to his hometown, to settle his affairs and say a final goodbye to his aging mother and his beloved family. He promised he would return to Syracuse to face his execution. The king, Dionysius, laughed out loud. "Return? You think I'm a fool?" He scoffed. "Once you leave the city, you will never come back. Who would willingly return to their own death?" The entire court murmured in agreement. It was an absurd request. No one would be foolish enough to guarantee the return of a condemned man. But then, a voice cut through the noise. It was Damon. He stepped forward, his expression calm and resolute. "I will," he said, his voice clear and steady. "I will stand in his place. I will be your prisoner. If Pythias does not return by the appointed day, you can execute me instead of him." A stunned silence fell over the court. The gods, the courtiers, even King Dionysius himself, were speechless. This was unheard of. Who would offer their own life for a friend? Dionysius, cynical and intrigued, saw an opportunity. He wanted to see if this legendary friendship was real or just a foolish boast. "Very well," the king declared, a cruel smile on his face. "I agree. Pythias, you may go, but your friend Damon will be held in the deepest dungeon. If you are not back by noon on the day of the execution, he will take your place. Let's see how loyal your friend truly is when his own life is on the line." So Pythias was released, with a heavy heart but filled with gratitude for his friend. He rushed home. He embraced his mother, settled his finances, and ensured his family would be cared for. Every moment was precious, but the ticking clock was a constant weight on his shoulders. He knew Damon's life depended on his. Time may return. Meanwhile, back in Syracuse, Damon was locked away in a dark, cold cell. The guards taunted him daily. "Your friend has forgotten you," they jeer. "He's probably halfway across the sea by now, celebrating his freedom. You are a fool to trust him. You will die for his betrayal." But Damon's faith never wavered, not for a second. He would smile calmly and reply, "My friend is a man of his word. I know he is facing challenges, but he will be back, I have no doubt." His certainty was so absolute that it began to unnerve the guards. How could someone be so calm in the face of certain death? As the day of the execution neared, Pythias finished his duties and began his journey back to Syracuse. But his return was plagued by disaster. A violent storm shipwrecked his boat, and he was forced to swim to shore, exhausted. Then, as he raced overland, he was attacked by bandits who robbed him and left him injured on the side of the road. He was battered, bruised, and losing hope. Every delay felt like a nail in Damon's coffin. He pushed himself beyond his limits, running on pure adrenaline and the desperate need to save his friend. The sun was climbing high in the sky, and he knew he was running out of time. Back in Syracuse, the final day had arrived. The execution square was filled with a massive crowd. Everyone had come to witness the outcome of this extraordinary wager. Would Pythias return? Or would the foolish Damon pay the ultimate price for his trust? King Dionysius sat on his throne, watching with a cynical glint in his eye. As the sun reached its highest point in the sky, marking noon, the executioner led Damon to the block. Damon walked with his head held high, his face filled not with fear, but with a quiet sense of peace. He was ready to die for his friend. As the executioner raised his axe, Damon looked towards the heavens and whispered a prayer. Not for himself, but for his friend. Please, protect Pythias on his journey. I am just grateful to have had a friend so true. The crowd held its breath. The king leaned forward. The axe began its descent. Suddenly, a shout erupted from the edge of the crowd. Stop, stop. I am here. A figure, covered in mud and blood, his clothes torn to shreds, stumbled through the crowd. It was Pythias. He collapsed at the foot of the execution platform, breathless and exhausted. I am here, he gasped, looking at Damon. Thank the gods, I am not too late. Damon rushed to his friend's side, helping him up. The two friends embraced, tears of relief streaming down their faces. There was no blame, no anger, only joy and overwhelming gratitude. The entire crowd was moved to tears. They had never witnessed such a powerful display of loyalty. But the most affected of all was King Dionysius. He had been so sure that friendship was a weakness, that self-interest always won. But what he saw before him was a bond stronger than any fear. Even the fear of death. The tyrant stood up, his voice thick with emotion. He walked down from his throne and approached the two friends. I have never seen anything like this, he said. His voice softer than anyone had ever heard it. This loyalty, this love, it is a treasure greater than all my wealth and power. He turned to the crowd and declared, Pythias is pardoned. Damon is freed. Their sentence is cancelled. But he wasn't finished. He looked at the two friends and made a humble, astonishing request. I would give up all my power and riches to have a friendship like yours. Will you allow me to become your third friend? And so, the story of Damon and Pythias became a timeless lesson. It teaches us that true friendship isn't about convenience. It's about sacrifice, unwavering trust, and a loyalty that can overcome even the darkest of circumstances. It's a bond that can melt the heart of a tyrant and inspire generations. What did you think of this incredible story? It really makes you think about the people in your own life. Let me know in the comments what true friendship means to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more tales of courage, loyalty, and human spirit, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot, and you won't miss our next video. Until next time, take care.